Sup tragedies, welcome everyone. Today is the promised day, the day of the tournament. But unfortunately, half of the matches were lost. The Durham couldn't keep them all. But what is left is more than enough. Okay, I'm going to be silent most of the duel unless it's necessary to point out some plays, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, what was smart, you know. So let's get into this, and as the kid says, Hajme. So, here was the thing. What you shouldn't be doing. He discarded a Shroud Dragon as cost for Chaos Space. Okay? He wanted to access Branded Fusion. You know? But had we discarded Tragedy as a cost, then banished with a Bestial, you had both lines. If you play Branded Synchro, you could have gone for Despair by searching Quem. If you play Standard Branded, you could search for Albert to go for Branded Fusion, and you still have the other plays in your hand. Do we play Synchros? We don't play Synchros, but this Tragedy could have searched for Albert, and Tragedy now stuck in our hand, and we have one way to get that Branded Fusion. We're gonna get it eventually, but it wasn't the optimal way. We banished the Rebellion to get a extra draw from the Chaos Space, and Tribute for, you know, here's what I call desperation. For that one draw, he literally banished his own Rebellion. He lost the Dragon Search during the end phase, both of them, just for one draw. This is not optimal. Don't do this. If you have a Chaos Base in the graveyard and you want to use it, don't care about the extra draw. Just do your plays at the end of the turn. There's something banished, you could just return. But don't mess up your play just for that draw one. No one do this. Okay? Still good. Still have Branded Fusion, and Abumont has no disruption, so we should be ending on a decent board. Let's go. Albion. You know what I'm going to say. You know, for the same draw, for God's sake, why would you lose Mirage Banish? Why? You had a disruption, and now you're down disruption. Okay. Where is the Quem, mate? No Quem? No Quem in your deck? What? Bro does not play Quem. The freaking brand. This should be enough to win us the game, right? Grass milling like from 9 to 11 cards to the graveyard. We have Branded Sword, we have the Saturnier, we also have Mercurial to banish. Branded opening in response to the Niflheim. Okay, bro literally does not play Quem. Holy moly. Okay, Neferum, special summon, searching for a Gym Knight card. Branded in red is going to fuse into what? Sanctifier? Okay. Reborn the Sereneer. Dispersion. Have double dispersion, that is. We're going to steal your Mercurial. So now we have our monster negate. We also have the Omni negate with the Dragon's Mind. I think that's all we have. We also have protection from being destroyed. Okay. Give you the Maxi. Get the Mercurial. Branded Lost is eating the Omni negate, which we very simply could be added back through the retribution. Will we do it? Yes, indeed. Branded Lost. As I said, Branded Lost. The impact of Branded Lost in Branded Mirrors is scary. Like, if there's two cards that you should be worrying about in the mirror match, Branded Banishment and Branded Lost. Okay, going to normal summon the Quem. This version is going to search for another Neferum to be normal summon. Cartesia also is going to be special summoned. We're going to Mercurial negate. Okay, fine, still fine. We now have Anaconda. Yes. We have a Mirror play, but first we're going to use Master Diamond, special summon double bodies onto the field, additional normal summoning the Aluber. Aluber is going to search for a Branded White. Branded White is going to be fusion summoning using the engraved Mercurial to trigger a search. We have a Rimbram. We could search for a Shrouded Dragon. We use Branded Sword, recover the engraved Mercurial. We already have Branded Sword in the graveyard, so what are we searching with that Mercurial? Show the dual logs here. Okay. Another Shadow Dragon for next turn. Okay. Or even we haven't used Shadow Dragon yet. We have Branded Opening also for protection. Mirror Jade is now here. Abuma is going all the way. Okay, Mirror Jade is going to be negated by the Rimbram. No destruction during the end phase. As do we have game? Like, we already used Mirror Jade Banish. Yeah, I think we have game, right? Alright. Very well done, Abumon. Okay, game number 2, and we still open the same play. Tragedy, Chaos Space, banish the Tragedy, trigger a search. That's what we're doing. Let's go. Bestial Rebellion, grabbing a Magnamot from our deck. Banish that Tragedy, searching for an Alibi. And the wrong chain order. Need to Tragedy search, chain link blockade with the Magnamot, because Tragedy is the effect that you want to resolve, so must be the effect that you want to block. Okay, Branded Fusion into a Rimbram, combo up with the Baldric in our hands. Branded Lost is going to be searching for a Cartesia. Cartesia is special summonable because Albaz is in the graveyard. Okay, Shard Dragon, Branded Sword, recover the banished Mercurial. Okay, this is on the 4th summon. Okay, 4th summon, we recover the Mercurial. That's good. That's good. Laying around the Nibiru is very huge. Cartesia, fusion summon, the in-hand Shard Dragon, so we get it into the graveyard to be a fallen Albaz, as we now normal summon the Aluber to make the Branded in white light. Fusion summoning the Grand Wignol plus the Shard Dragon into a Mirror Jade. Now Mirror Jade could send the Albion, negate with the Rimbram, return the Baldric to be used on the opponent's turn as a form of disruption. I also have a Light of the Branded. This card is limited to 1 in today's event, by the way. Okay, because it's huge. It could be used as a double disruption. It could spin a fusion from opponent's graveyard or field, then summon an Albaz to then fuse with the opponent's side of the field into a form of disruption. So it's basically 3 to 1, you know. We also limited the branded banishment in today's event, because branded banishment it's huge. Fuse with the opponent's side of the field, reborn a boss monster, fuse into a new boss monster. You know, sometimes in some circumstances it could go along to 4 to 5 disruption, that branded banishment. So we limited branded banishment. We also limited branded retribution, because I don't want you to spam just recycling branded fusion with no blaze. Like, it's the easiest thing to do is, you know, using your Shard Dragon to dump a retribution to recover a branded fusion. That's what a dump would do, only what branded. And I want the grind game to be curative. You only have one retribution. If you're capable of recycling and abusing this one retribution over and over, then do it. If you don't know how to do it, then watch and learn, okay? Because this event is with one retribution, okay? Retribution is huge in the grind game. Aliber. Negate with the Mercurior. Of course, this is a good negate. Abomald is on that one retribution. Double high spirits. We going to special summon the Holocore. This is an Omnigate, as long as we have double Gem Knight cards in the graveyard. We don't have double Gem Knight cards. Gragwignol is going to be special summoning a Bruskinian. Bruskinian can banish the engraved Gragwignol. You cannot special summon Gragwignol because it wasn't properly summoned. If it was fusion summoned, we could choose to summon it instead of banishing. Okay, Anaconda very easily gets banished, and yep. Let's hope into game number 3, 1-on-1. Aliber, brilliant fusion. Okay, Master Diamond, Aliber, normal summon, branded fusion, Shard Dragon, sending Fallen Albaz, hard draw the branded Lost. We also have Ash Blossom, Albion, grab a Cartesia, because we have double Albaz in the graveyard. One is going to be banished, the other is going to stay in the graveyard, thus we summon Cartesia to make an additional fusion summon play. Special summon double bodies. This enables an additional normal summon if you want to. Normal summon the Cartesia. Cartesia is fusing with the Albion and Albaz into a Borolo Furious. Setting up the branded banishment. You know, this is your priority. In Branded Mirror, this card is your priority, especially when you have a proper target to summon from graveyard. And we have the Albion. We don't have a Disbia monster yet. We don't have a Disbia monster at all. We just have Albion, but it's more than enough. Cartesia, we hit 3 Bass, and Cartesia is chain linked to the... what? Had we waited with the Cartesia until we send a Tragedy and search so that the Cartesia fusion summon will go through after the Mirage banish, but maybe we rushed it, I don't know. And also, what is this? What is this? You set your high spirit before your normal summon. Okay. Banish the Cartesia. Sending the holy Wandering Titan of the Tartars. If this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard, send as many cards you control to the graveyard. And if you do special summon this card, then send cards your opponent controls up to the number of the cards sent. This is huge. Abomag cannot respond to this. But what is the other play? We have Transaction Rollback to copy the branded banishment, but we don't have a Disbia monster engraved. That's why I would have normal summon the Aluber. If this was my plan, and I know that I'm gonna get Transaction, Banishment in graveyard, maybe you wanted to normal summon the Aluber, even though the Aluber could get negated, but we don't care because we're going to send the Wandering Titan Turtles to the graveyard, sending the Aluber alongside our other 3 sets card. Okay, they then send a 4 cards instead of 3, you know, and Aluber is going to be in the graveyard, making the branded banishment copied by transaction rollback live. This was the play. Okay, sending banishment Mirror Jade Furious, triggering the Mirror Jade. Think we're just winning this no matter what. Let's just do this. Okay, Master Diamond jumping off the field, so double summon Niparum and Holocore Dispersion. Yeah, let's just end this. No BM. Yup, finish him. Great job. Branded in high spirits right away. Okay. I mean, it's a small little detail, but instead of discarding Foolish Burial in vain, you could send Tragedy, search for an Aluber or search for a Quem, then discard the Quem or discard the Aluber. Why would you do that? The Tragedy on the next turn is going to be your follow-up, as the Aluber has a secret engrave effect which could be useful in some scenarios, you know, or the Quem, which could be summonable through a Golden Sword Soul if you were able to access the Golden Sword Soul later through the Branded Lost. So it doesn't change anything this inboard, but it changes everything in the grinding. Very good. Now I have a Quem. I want to access the Albaz, and now... Holy. Why would you activate the Titan Claw first? Usually, you want to start with the most important engrave effect, which is the Albion, because the Albion is going to set a branded banishment for you. Okay, so we needed to make sure that we trigger Albion first, then Titan Claw gets banished, but you know, you have your branded banishment, and now they're going to use Bestial. Few Mercurial the Bestial, they're going to use it again on the next turn. So what is our play? Do we negate or just let it go through? You let it go through, they're going to search for a Bestial anyway, so maybe you're forced to negate. That's the way. Yup. Negate. Set the banishment. Now the Bestial keeps the banishment on check. So preemptive banish on Albaz and keeping the banishment live. That's weird. I thought we're checking the branded banishment, mate. Okay. Maxi in response to the Magnuma. Straight to the battle phase. We're gonna take care of the Quem, but special summon. Instead of you destroying my Quem, I'm going to use my non-target monster banish, which Triggers Quam's second effect to reborn a Mercurial for an additional negate. So we lost a disruption, but we gained another one. Very well done. We also still have the brand banishment. We're going to fusion summon into a Chaos Star Source Dragon. Pop 2 on special summon, on fusion summon that is. Yep, that's it. Let's hop into game number 3. Branded in high spirits right away. Okay. I mean, it's a small little detail, but instead of discarding Foolish Burial in vain, you could send Tragedy, search for an Aluber or search for a Quem, then discard the Quem or discard the Aluber. Why would you do that? The Tragedy on the next turn is going to be your follow-up, as the Aluber has a secret engrave effect which could be useful in some scenarios, you know, or the Quem, which could be soundable through a Golden Sword Soul if you were able to access the Golden Sword Soul later through the Branded Lost. So it doesn't change anything this inboard, but it changes everything in the grinding. Very good. Now I have a Quem. I'm gonna access the Elbaz, and now, holy, why would you activate the Titan Clap first? Usually you want to start with the most important engrave effect, which is the Albion, because the Albion is going to set a branded banishment for you. Okay, so we needed to make sure that we trigger Albion first, then Titan Clag gets banished, but you know, you have your branded banishment, and now they're going to use Bestial. Few Mercurial the Bestial, they're going to use it again on the next turn. So what is our play? Do we negate or just let it go through? You let it go through, they're going to search for a Bestial anyway, so maybe you're forced to negate. That's the way. Yup. Negate. Set the banishment. Now the Bestial keeps the banishment on check. So preemptive banish on Elbaz and keeping the banishment live. That's weird. I thought we're checking the branded banishment, mate. Okay. Maxi in response to the Magnuma. Straight to the battle phase. We're gonna take care of the Quem, but special summon. Instead of you destroying my Quem, I'm going to use my non-target monster banish, which triggers Quem's second effect to reborn a Mercurial for an additional negate. So we lost a disruption, but we gained another one. Very well done. We also still have the brand banishment. We're going to fusion summon into a Chaos Star Source Dragon. Pop 2 on special summon, on fusion summon that is. Yep, that's it. Let's hop into game number 3. Okay. Brilliant Fusion. This hand is nuts. And what's unfortunate against Gemini Branded, that Brilliant Fusion has to eat your ass. Because if you let them Brilliant Fusion, they will access Eluber, they will access some other plays also, they will extend, you'll then eventually get to negate Branded Fusion after they already bopped off, you know? So, yeah, Ash on Brilliant Fusion is also good against Gemini Branded. Okay, have Eluber searching for a Branded Lost with the Anaconda. Okay. Valor. Yeah, at this moment, you know, I couldn't see a clear choke point for this deck with a single Valor. Okay. I couldn't see a choke point, you know. I didn't Valor didn't even normal summon, you know. Did normal summon. So yeah, as I remember, they didn't normal summon. They opened up Brilliant Fusion. There was no normal summon to use Valor on, and once they get the Holo Core in graveyard, they now have an Omni Negate. Okay, and this Valor was going to be negated no matter what, but I cannot end my turn with a Valor in my hand. At least get to eat that Omni Negate, you know. Even though my hand wasn't that good, you know, it's just one play. Okay, Mirror Jade, activate, add the Cartesia. We're going to normal summon the Cartesia. Okay. Branded Banishment, and yeah. Hard draw a Retribution, Harvey freaking Duster, wiping out the back row to then, yep, no play. It was just Quam sending Charlotte Dragon, summon the Charlotte Dragon by sending Retribution, Anaconda, Mirror Jade. This was the only play. Let's hop into game number 2. Okay. Yeah, with this hand, this is a break basically. Okay, so you want to send Albaz in this scenario because if you didn't draw anything good, you're forced to normal summon Valor, special summon the Bestial Saronir to go for Anaconda. Okay, so we needed to send that Albaz in grave. Okay, fortunately we draw into K, unfortunately we get Impermanence, but we still have plan B, which we plan for, which is Anaconda. Okay, summon the Bestial Saronir, stray for Anaconda. Okay, Saronir sending a Branded Sword to recover the banished Albaz as a discard fodder or to be used again on the next turn. You know, you send Branded Sword because it's live. You could recover something. But I'm not going to be using the Branded Sword right away. I'm not going to use it until I know exactly what I want. If I'm going to fusion summon with the Rimbram play during the opponent's turn, I'm going to add the banished Albaz to be used as a discard fodder, okay? But if I didn't get that play, then I'm leaving Branded Sword to recover something else might be banished later, or recover the banished Albaz himself, but at the real time, at the perfect time, okay? So Branded Sword is just there in the graveyard because you don't want to discard either of your hand traps, neither your board breaker. Okay, no Sank Fire in mirror match. You want Mirror Jade. Okay, could have gone for Sank Fire, but I don't have actually access for Cartesia. Had we had access for Cartesia, I would have, you know, went for Dragon Lord setup, but we don't have Cartesia. Thus, Mirror Jade is good. Okay. Brilliant Fusion. Yep, Ash Blossom. Unfortunately, this has to eat your Ash. Albor, get with the Veilor. We're going to send a Fallen Albaz, comboed up with the branded in white. Rebellion, Comfort then summon into Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade versus Mirror Jade. Okay. Non-target monster banish, non-target monster banish. Okay. And he banished himself, so I get to banish my own Mirror Jade. It's the same. Okay. Going to set the banishment. I'm going to search for a branded fusion. Yep. Harby Feather Duster, wiping the back row, and from there, yeah, yep. Okay, Golden Sark, banishing a Mercurier. Okay, get a Shard Dragon. The grass is dead because we both play 60 card deck. Okay, banish that tragedy, grabbing an Albor, and Abamod is under max C. And you look at my hand, there's no play. There's no clear play with Spirits and Cartesia. Like, it's the worst play, okay? And I'm desperate for draws. Will you imperm the Albor? No, I'm not going to imperm the Albor until I at least guarantee one draw. You know? My biggest fear was if I don't imperm the Albor and he end up on Sanctifier. Sanctifier cannot be impermed. Okay? Once I normal summon or do any action, Sanctifier will pop off and you cannot imperm the newly summoned fusion because you already have a body on the field, so you can't use imperm. Okay, so that Sanctifier on the right timing could have been destructive. Okay, but instead he went for another plan, which is Rebellion, sending double Albaz into a Mirror Jade. This ensures that the other Albaz engrave will be comboed up with Rimbrum for another disruption. So they will end up on a Mirror Jade non-target monster banish. They have branded sword to recover Mercurier from monster negate. They will end up on a Rimbrum Reborn Albaz fused with my field. Thus, I don't care. We need to use that imperm on that Rebellion, okay? Because if you don't use imperm right now on that Rebellion, after they go minus, they will gain an additional up to triple disruption. So this imperm stopping up to triple disruption with its own, okay? And we draw the Bestial, you know, at this moment, as soon as I saw the Saronir, I told myself, yeah, this is the right moment to imperm. I have Saronir, I have Cartesia, I have Spirits, I don't need anything else. Okay, recover the Mercurier. So now they are just on one disruption. Yep. The Magnama banishing the Albaz, or the Saronir banishing the Albaz. Send with the High Spirits alongside a Titanclad, searching for a Quem. Okay, Retribution. Quem is gonna get negated by the Mercurier. I'm going to Magnama, banish the other Albaz, and then go for a Bestial Disbitter. Bestial Disbitter, stealing the opponent's banished Fallen Albaz to then, nope, not fusing with the opponent's side of the field. Why? Well, this Albaz does not belong to us. Okay? This Albaz belongs to the opponent. So once I fuse with the opponent's side of the field with his Albaz originally, this Albaz is gonna go to the opponent's graveyard, which makes the Cartesia dead. So you don't want to activate that Albaz. Summon your Cartesia into your Albion, even better. Okay, Albion, then go for Star Source, pop 2. Let's make this quick as possible. Yeah. Yup. Thank you, Abamal, for joining. Do we brick? Shrouded. Top deck into a... Also, the opponent has no play. Like, got the... Yep. Thanks to the Albas we sent through the Shrouded, now they have Anaconda. Okay. We have the Imperm to negate. So, this is a grindy duel. Like, this is how the grindy duel starts. Okay. No play. Mercurial poking the Verti Anaconda. That's hilarious. No. You know, once we activate a monster effect, they were able to thrust, Triple Tactics Talent, like, bro. They both just are waiting for one starter. One starter and they will pop off. Either one of them. Either one. You get that starter, your opponent Ash Blossom you. You know, they both have an Ash Blossom. They both have the Thrust, that is. So, we need one starter. It gets negated. We then pop off with the Triple Tactics Thrust and Talent. Okay. We're going to Max C in response to the Boldrake, Dual Swarm, banishing the Saronir, stopping the Boldrake summon, and also giving the opponent 0 draws. That was smart. So why would I use my Ash Blossom on your Maxi when I could simply dodge the special summon and give you 0 draws, and I'm going to still pop off through the Triple Tactics Talent and Thrust. That was smart. We're going to Ash Blossom negate. We're going to draw 2 or look at the hand. We're going for that draw 2. Shroud Dragon is sending a Branded High Spirit. We already have one in graveyard, mate. Okay. We should have sent Branded Sword, I guess. I mean, there was no target for the Branded Sword, but once a target gets banished, you have an additional play. Okay, Brandon White, Trash. Yep. Alrighty. We search for Quam instead of Aluber. You know, and this unfortunately ends our play, but why did you send a Cartesia? Like, do you play Synchros in it? Yeah, we wanted to go for this Baiter, okay? And the thing with this Baiter is, best target to send off of the Quim is the Mercurial, because if they bestial the Mercurial to stop your bestial summon, you get to still search and make other plays. No? Okay, I've shot Dragon. Yep, banish the Albor. Fallen Albas, fusion summon with the Quam. Let's speed this up. Albion, Branded is here, and I believe we have game. Right? We didn't for Wallows because we're under the Branded Lost, and we had Quem on the field before stopping the Wallows from being activatable. And once Quem left the field, we were under the Branded Lost. We couldn't respond with anything. Okay, this should be game. Yup. Where is the Mercurial? I saw you searching the Mercurial, mate. You know they have Bestial, no? Where is your Mercurial? Mercurial banished to search for a kit? Huh? Okay. I mean, we still have Mirror J banish. Good job, both of you. Let's hope into, well, the third match is lost, or this was even third match. Scar win 2-1. Let's freaking go. Okay, hipster with the god tier hand undisrupted, searching for the dispersion. You don't normal summon Aliber, you play Gemini, you get an additional normal summon anyway. This is crazy. Okay, Anaconda, no, to a Phantom. Phantom is going to be searching for another dispersion, and now we fusion summon into the monster that give us an additional normal summon. Okay, Aliber grabbing a branded in white. Okay, into our Albion. Albion could possibly be banishing the Mercurier. No, don't banish the Mercurier. We instead go for a Coritis. Okay, still fine. And finally, we make our Verity Anaconda. This plays perfectly around the Ash Blossom. Like, but shouldn't have you gone for Rimbrum, banishing the Mercurier, and the Albaz, searching for a Shrouded Sim branded sword, recovering the Mercurier again? You know? But we're still in a good spot despite that. Grabbing the Gem Knight Fusion for a discard fodder. Yep, Albaz engrave. We also gonna gain a Rimbrum to reborn the Albaz. Mercurier is going to be our monster negate. We need some card to discard, which is the Gem Knight Fusion. And now Ultimate Slayer cannot be responded to. Going to spin the Mirror Jade. Now we're going to Omni negate on the Bestial Rebellion because we don't want our branded banishment to be disrupted. But they're forcing our branded banishment, so who cares? I'm going to activate the branded banishment early. Into what? To nothing. Nothing. No. Had this been Rimbrum instead of Mirror Jade, instead of the Coritis, I mean, you cannot respond with a monster effect in response to the Ultimate Slayer. So had this been Rimbrum, you would activate branded banishment as a channeling tool for the Ultimate Slayer. Then within this window, you can respond with monster effects. You activate Mirror Jade non-target monster banish, or attempt to banish. Rimbrum negates the Mirror Jade. Then you could choose to, you know, spin the Mirror Jade or just keep the Rimbrum with not spinning the Mirror Jade or negating it, but you will gain another Albion in the graveyard to be used on the next turn, you know, or even, you know, make the Retribution live to recover your fusions from graveyard. Okay, maybe you didn't attempt to furthermore fuse to make the Retribution live through the Albion on the field though. That is correct as well. Now Retribution is gonna get negated by the deployment that is going to be negated by the Retribution. It's not hard once per turn, thus we activate another one. Branded Fusion, sending a Golden Sword Soul. Holy shit. Rebellion, we're gonna get rid of the Magnamot. That's crazy. I wouldn't get rid of the Magnamot no matter what. Mirror Jade, sending an ad libitum. This implies that you're going for Brandon Red, right? Okay. Okay, Retribution. Oh. Could we possibly pop off with the Quiritis? No! Because of the branded Lost. You cannot respond to the fusion summon. And the window of the Quiritis to trigger and summon a Dispia or Albaz is gone. You cannot respond. That's it. Grabbing a branded in white. Oh, you grab a brand fusion, they're going to negate the brand fusion with a retribution, but grabbing a brand in white instead implies that maybe you have branded fusion in the hand, so I will just keep the branded in white go through. I'll keep the retribution for the branded fusion. But now we have our Mirror Jade, and our Mercurier is now live. Mirror Jade, non-target monster banish. They are going to respond with the Dragostapelia. And do we negate? No, we don't bother negate. Who cares? If it's negated now, it's still activatable on the next turn. But you have to get rid of the Dragostapelia because the Mirror Jades now have a counter. As long as a monster have a Predator counter, Dragostapelia is going to be able to negate. Now we add a branded opening, not a branded fusion, because we want to play around that retribution as possible. You know. Gem Knight Fusion is going to be adding itself back to the hand by banishing Gem Knight monster. Now, whip out our Rimbrum into an Albaz. Albaz is going to be fusing with the opponent's side of the field. Now, will this Albaz go through under the branded Lost? We have a Mercurier. Will this Mercurier be able to negate the Albaz under the branded Lost? Branded Lost states that the activation of the fusion summons cannot be negated. And does the Rimbrum negate the effect or the activation? It negates the effect. Thus, we're able to negate with that Fallen Albaz right here, right now. Oh, you didn't bother even Mercurier. And now, we're in a window where we cannot respond. Why would you not negate with Mercurier, mate? Like, why? Okay, Starsus Dragon. We going to protect the Mirror Jade. Okay, destroy our Mirror Jade and also destroy yours. Double wipe out the entire field of monsters during the end phase. Holy shoot. That's insane, mate. That's insane. That's unfortunate. I mean, that was time limit, you know. Alrighty. Jacko, show me the way. Restart with a Gold Sark banishing Mercurier. No. Branded fusion, but how are you going to grab that branded fusion, mate? You forgot that you freaking play one retribution and it's in our hand, so we'll grab the other branded fusion anyway. Okay, this is basic. Speed this up. Going to banish. I believe this is a good banish, but you know, if I have a Bestial, you know, I would wait with that Bestial, you know. I would wait with that Bestial because you don't know what is in their hand, and you need to make sure that in Branded Mirror, cards like Branded Banishment does not resolve, because if it resolves, you're fucked up. Okay, your field is gone, your opponent special summoning double boss monster, one of the Banishment Reborn and one of the fusion summon with your monsters, you lose off of that banishment. So I don't know if they have a banishment set up after you banish the Albaz. If you banish the Albaz right now, they basically could go for a with this hand could go for a Quiritis and tribute over the Albion, setting a branded loss. They still have branded banishment, and your bestial is gone. If you wait with that bestial, try to bait the Mercoyer on their hand in your turn, then your bestial is going to check the banishment, which is what you want. Okay, we banish both. What? Don't play Coritis? Where is your Coritis, mate? Don't play Coritis. I've seen today so many players that being punished for not playing Coritis. Coritis is clutch. You listen this bins. Like, I don't care if you play branded Synchro or play branded Standard or play branded Gym Knight. Coritis is a crucial piece in branded. Okay, it may sound trash. Okay, reduce to 0 attack is not that big of a deal, but Coritis help you OTK through a field of monsters and attack position. You know, if it's get outed, you pop off afterwards. It's also a generic target for Super Poly and banishment, and if you have an Aliber or a Disbian Quem, you could still follow up and summon Coritis if your plays got disrupted. So get punished for not playing the Coritis. Changing the level of the bestial. Okay. Now okay. Maxi in response, also a Rimbram to counter a newly summoned fusion monster. That's why we don't go for a Mirror Jade, we don't go for another fusion monster that could be negated and spin back. We go for a Titan Clad. Okay. We bought a counter onto the Rebellion before it activates. That's trash. Because they could simply just swing over the Jagustapelia and activate Bestial Rebellion. Who cares? Gold Sark is going to be banishing Tragedy. Tragedy is going to be searching for an Aliber. Aliber, we already used a normal summon. Okay, activate just like I said. Now, could negate with the Retribution, but under lost. Screwed up. Okay. Very good. Very good. You must know and understand the impact of branded lost in branded mirrors. Like, if you're going to fear of 2 cards in the branded mirrors, gotta be branded lost and branded banishment. Okay. Let's speed this up. Tija adding itself back to the hand. Okay, okay, okay. And on the other side, we still have plays. We have Quem, we have double board breakers, we have Retribution adding a branded fusion from our grave. We're good. We're good. We're also popping off. Quem is gonna get negated by the what? Isn't that early negate? What are you afraid of? You're afraid of them sending a branded sword, then draw 2. Okay. Ultimate Slayer, spinning back the Grand Wignall, stopping them from having access for Quem. But should you have spun back the Titan Clad instead? Because the Titan Clad ensures that the Retribution is live. We check how many Albas Fusion is in their graveyard. Just 1. So they cannot shuffle 2 monsters from graveyard to activate the Retribution. Instead, it's live as long as you have a Albas Fusion on the field, which is the Titan Clad. which we didn't spawn back. Distribution is live. Now we screwed up again. Think we're going to activate that retribution, right? No, we activate banishment instead, fusing with either side of the field into our mirror jade. So we don't just stop their fusion summon, we reborn, fusion summon with their monster. Rebellion, gonna get discard the whatever. GG's, very well done. Yeah, you know, at this point, Disenshrouded, what does this tell you? Did that tell you that they have a Cartesia in their hand? So, they're forced to use the Maxi. They want draws, okay? Okay, set the Imperm, draw, Holy. But they still have plays. Grab the Banish Shrouded, send their Retribution, and from there they have Ash Imberm, okay. Branded Lost. Okay. Cartesia, Fusion Summon, Grand Wignall. Yup. Activate the Branded Lost. Yup. Through the Ash and the Imperm, Branded Lost is fucking insane, mate. Yup. Okay. I go first, but you see, trouble hand traps. Okay. You know, this Allure of Darkness is scary, especially in Branded Mirror, because you don't want them to banish Mercourial or Tragedy alongside drawing 2, so I added this Allure of Darkness, thinking that this was a decision, by the way. This is not a misplay, it's the decision I made. It's like a gamble, you know. The gamble was that the Imperm backed up by Velar should be enough to stop whatever he normal summon or fusion summon into. Okay? But unfortunately they have another Allure of Darkness, you know. Yup. Banish. They also grabbed a Deployment which completely plays around the Velar and yup. Negate. Okay, but Cartesia is still live on the next turn, backed up by Branded Lost. Okay, destroy the Aluber, you know, draw into a Bestial, and yeah, I know that this Cartesia is live, you know, so I go into the battle phase, banish, making sure Cartesia is not live. Also, Golden Sword Soul is going to reborn the Velar for Anaconda play. Okay. Of course, they have the dreaded Imberm. Like this Imberm stopped everything. Everything. Okay. Set the Branded Sword. Fine. Yup. They also have Anaconda of their own. Okay, then the Branded Sword, Mirror Jade, yup. Holy. Grab the Mercourial. But now I get a Branded Fusion. Bro, I just played this duel like yesterday. I don't know how the freak I forgot. Okay, drawing another Branded Fusion. This is not lucky at all. Yeah, I desperately need a good draw because Branded Fusion alone is not that good. Because They have Miragid Banish, they have Mercurier, they have Rimbram with Albaz engraved, they have 5 disruptions at least. Okay, so I know they have Mercurier, so I go for Lobelium to Chainlink block it with the Saronir. Unfortunately, I don't play Tragedy in this deck. Had I played Tragedy, I could have been able to add in Alubar or Quam, but I don't play Tragedy unfortunately, and Branded Sword is set, Branded Retribution is engraved, thus there is not even a good target to be sent off of the Bestial Lubellion, off of the Saronir except Bestial Lubellion, okay? And now I'm going to make a Mirage. Okay, I'm going to be banishing, he's going also to be banishing. Okay. Yep. And this was game. You see, at this moment, this was game for me. If he didn't have a Rimbram, you know, like, you of course know that they have. Yeah, I know that they have Rimbram, but this is the only play. I have to do it. You know. Yo, the Branded Sword secondary effect of special summoning double tokens, exactly 5,000. Exactly. If they didn't have Rimbram, like, dude, this was game. Like, this was insane. This was like stealing the match. Like, I was bricked, you know, and this match was going to be stolen from Scar, which he played very well, but this match was going to be stolen. And that's how branded mirrors are so complicated. Small little tiny details that could make huge impact, huge difference. Like, you could imagine someone breaking in the duel and the other one is in control of the whole duel from the beginning, and the other player that was break steal the game. This happens a lot in branded mirrors, okay? This happens a lot. Like, who would expect a branded sword special summoning double bodies on empty field? Do you understand what I mean? Yep. Albaz fused with field. This is the end. Right? Maybe if I could send another branded Spellor Tribe instead of the Bestial Rebellion, I would have a body to tribute with what? I wouldn't have Rebellion if I do that, right? It's dead anyway. Wait, Merged wipes. Okay. Do I have follow-up still? That's it. Let's hop into the other part. hipster is cooking. Holy moly. Okay, gonna start this off with brand high spirits. Omni negate on the high spirits. That was smart. Like, bro, why would you use your Omni negate on the branded and high spirits? Like, that's insane. Like, you could have waited, I think. Okay. Flip the whole field, triple tactic, thrusting a branded fusion under the branded lost. You cannot respond to any of these fusion summons. Into a Chaos Star Source, not a Mirror Jade. Okay. Cartesia into Albion. Albion, comfort, then summon our Mirror Jade. Oh, Albor, activate, negating the Mirror Jade, special summon. Okay. Brago one. Mirror Jade. Okay. We choose to not activate Mirror Jade now because when we activate Mirror Jade while it's negated, we could still activate it again next turn. So this is all about the follow-up of the Fusion Alba sent by Mirror Jade. Ash Blossom into the Titan Clad. You're not allowed to fuse with our field. Okay. Is branded banishment even live? Like, no, it's dead, trash. Because this Albion is not properly summoned. It was sent by Mirror Jade. Now we send a Titan Clad. You don't play Rimbrum, bro. Yeah, you play Rimbrum, but honestly, on this scenario, it doesn't matter because he would have just survived, but yeah. Yeah, branded sometimes seems unfair, you know. Some duels may end up quick as possible, some other duels get stolen by luck, you know, or by a sneaky move. You know, you can't predict branded gameplays because it's complicated in its scenarios, and the best part of it is the grind game of branded, and that's what is this tournament about. Okay, Kraken, oh my god. Droplet, Book of Eclipse, the grass even dead, the grass looking green is trash. Stick your cards on both of our decks. That's unfortunate. Yeah, and branded do break sometimes, you know. You know, I laugh at my duels, you know, when branded fail me like shit. Like, what is this supposed to mean? Grass looking green, board breakers, dead card, 4 board breakers and a dead card going first. Like, if this was going second, this would have been freaking insane. In the Harvey Feather does still sometimes it's scary, you know. Okay, how many cards are we going to mount? Okay, Saranir, opening. Not bad, I think. Into the Maxi also. Now, why didn't he banish the Titanclad? Because Titanclad has a secret effect. After discard is fusion summoned, for the rest of this turn, it's unaffected by the activated effects of any monster special summoned from the extra deck. So, you would have wished Mirji, but you didn't have to banish your Rebellion also. Like, just attempt to banish it. It's protected, who cares? It's going to be destroyed. We summon Quam under the Maxi, sending you Fallen Albaz to grab a Cartesia. Let's go. Okay, this is the final. Gonna start this over with Tragedy summoning Rose Diamond, which is a pop. Okay. Tragedy searching for an Albor. We also have Branded Fusion. We have Maxi against Imperm. What could a single Imperm do? You have to Imperm the Albor. Yeah, it's like, even if they have public knowledge Branded Fusion, they're going to grab Branded Lost, they are going to grab Branded in White, you know, always a good negate. Okay, let's speed this up. Very good. Also Branded Banishment. We have Fall by the Grave. Branded Fusion. Let's go. Let's go. We search for a Shard Dragon. We send a Branded Sword to recover the Banished Mercurial and preemptive banish on the Holocore because it's an Omni-Negate and it negates the effect, which means we can't activate another Branded Fusion if they negate this one. So you have to preemptive finger because it banishes itself as a cost. Once it activates, it's no longer engraved. Okay. Also Maxi. And recover the banished Mercurial. Come to me, my faithful bird. And now we control an Albaz Fusion, which means this Mercurial is now live. We have our monster negate, but how could you stop Branded Banishment? I can't see it. All I could see is Branded Banishment screwing up everything. Like we have a decent hand, but early setups like Branded Banishment is not fair in Branded Mirrors. Like this is forbidden. You know what I mean? Like I just want to see how will we use this Branded we have to use Branded Banishment. So maybe it's not the time we want it, but we have to use it because it's gonna get popping. Okay, activate fusion summoning into a Star Source Dragon. Okay. We have our armor courier now. Oh baby. Negate the Aliber, of course. Wait. Huh? You have Fallen Albaz engraved, bro. Fallen Albaz into Albion or Titanclad, Mercurial Live. Okay, but we're still losing, but maybe it's gonna make difference, you know. Oh, just save the branded in white for a Briskini. Wouldn't it have been better to get a Albaz fusion, even though we don't need it, just to make the Mercurial Life to then search with Aliber? I don't know. Also gonna fuse with their field into our Furious Dragon, and we're gonna bob the Albion to set a branded Spiller Trap. Holy shoot. Branded in red during the in phase. Holy crap, bro. Okay, good job. Good job. What is this? Going second with a Harvey freaking Duster. And we also have a decent hand. Cartesia and Alban is full combo. Let's speed this up. Retribution, add the Ingra Brand Fusion. We're gonna end on Mirror Jet, non-target monster banish. We have the Impermanence. We also gonna have a... Can we get Albaz Engrave with the Shard Dragon? No, we already used Shard Dragon, so we can't get Albaz Engrave. But we will also have Branded Banishment. We could get Albaz Engrave actually through the Gangwignol's special summoning a Quem to send Albaz to then combo up with the Rimbrum to fuse with the opponent's side of the field. But the Harvey for the Duster is going to go nuts. We first use that Branded Banishment, infuse into what? We play Dragon Lord? No, we play Star Source. But why would you fuse into your one of Chaos Star Source and waste it when you could just leave the Albion? Don't attempt to fusion summon. Dispersion is going to add the Nipperum. Okay, Holocore, special summon. Now we can get Albaz Engrave. Okay. Rose Diamond. Oh, this actually checkmates the Albaz. If you activate the fusion summon, this will pop. It's fine. Still have Branded Fusion. Okay. Albion Branded Dragon. We don't actually have another dark body. This is the only dark body, and this is Omni Negate. We don't want to banish this, so. But you know, in branded mirrors, there is a huge factor of the advantage, which is, do you know what is your opponent up to and what is his hand? And when your opponent has a lot of disruption but he is completely open, no hands. All the cards in their hands even could be recycled, which is public knowledge, and you know it. The monsters on the field with their disruption, you know it. And you're the on the other side are the one to play your tricks, play your games, because you're not opened yet. You're not open to the opponent yet, okay? You know about the opponent, but the opponent doesn't know shit about you. So you play your tricks. So that's why I at least has to keep a specific card in my hand and just hold into it, and don't actually reveal for my opponent that I am completely wide open for him to calculate and think quickly and smartly how to outplay this. I need him to underestimate the situation, you know. Lubellion. Omni negate on the merge. Let's go. But now, do we banish? Yep, indeed. And our field of monsters is gonna get wiped. All of it. And we don't have any opening in grave. Holy crap. Not game yet. Okay, Albion sets a branded banishment. Wipe the entire field of monsters. Mirror Jade also is going to wipe. There's nothing to wipe. Clemson, Albaz, we have our own Albion. Branded fusion. Okay. We top deck into a call by the crib. Holy crap. This checks the banishment. So you're gonna hold into the banishment thinking that you have the upper hand, but on the other side, the opponent has the upper hand. Okay. Special summoning the Mirror Jade. Do we banish? No, we don't actually use it. Just let the Mirror Jade get special summoned. Okay, Albert. Into a Chaos Star Source. We're going to pop the branded banishment. No, pop the branded. Well, we actually want to finger the banishment. So we keep the finger for the banishment. So we're just forcing the Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade banishes the Chaos Star Source. Who cares, mate? That was good. Follow up with the thrusting a branded in white. We also have Alibur. Could search for a branded lost. Yep. And just, pop the branded banishment and keep finger for something else. So I believe we should have activated banishment in response to the branded in white. At least eat the finger, there's small tiny details that could make difference that we actually might don't understand or don't be aware of them, but they make huge difference in the growing game. Good job, Hipster. Thank you, Scar, also for coming. Branded tournament may close tonight, but the prophecy lives on. Greater battles are yet to come. Until this day, stay sharp, stay strong, and take care. Ciao.